Here we are. Quarter-final number 2. It promises to be a good one. Just waiting on my co-commentator Dave. He hopefully will be with us soon. Feel like it'd be cheating if I did the team rundown without him. So Tim, are you once again sitting in the lounge having the full screen glory of Blood Bowl? Let's see the schedule. Now he's up against 2 human teams actually in this. And the controversial Norse. Oh, that was so painful to watch. It was really bad luck for Rob with those armour rolls. Oh, they did take a pounding. Let's have a look at the other teams whilst we're waiting. That's impressive. This is the first season for the Poor Life Choices, I believe, and they've absolutely... There we go. Yep. Oh no, they were into the second one, weren't they? That's right, 2 seasons. Because did they get into the playoffs first season? I forget. But nonetheless, a blossoming team yet to come into their full swing. I hope to see more from them out of the quarterfinals. Murder Goat is a much loved fan favourite, truly the star, but the rest of the team are starting to catch him up in development. Not far off seeing, MVP on any of the Nurgle warriors. Would see them with the skill, and then it starts becoming very dangerous. And who's he up against? He's up against Big Al's Flying Circus, the great Leviathan himself. And they've had a bit of a shocker first season for them, and they are really doing well. Kick, underrated utility skill, but totally worth it in my eyes, especially on a lineman. Went to sidestep with the blitzer. What is their access? Out of curiosity. Ah, agility on a double. Interesting to see that, and not something like guard. I'm looking at the other teams in champs just because I don't want to start a full team rundown without my co-host, because it just seems poor form. Blodge catcher. Throwers managed 1 successful pass by the looks of it all season. Oh, but of course, Big Al himself hogging most of that passing SPP. Now rocking guard. Calling now, I am expecting to see Nurgle give these guys a little bit of what for. Murder Goat is going to be on the hunt for some catcher, the sweet, sweet meat. And of course, progressing through, Aiden with Dark Elves. Who would have predicted that? Oh, so many skills. Elves are bad enough. Elves with dodge are almost unstoppable. Though carrying their share of injuries now, 2 movement busts. Is this just an MNG? Yeah. A parting gift from Rob there. Could cause him some trouble in the next match. Being short of blodge is not ideal for him. But I do think blodge, tackle, sidestep. And then 2 blodging strip ballers. That's hard to block against. Oh, bugger, no. I pressed back too many times. Rich's Dark Elves, much lower 2v. Almost an equal number of movement busts. But nice to see kicking there. Powerful skill to have on an elf team. Getting a short kick, you can quickly overrun and just sweep that ball away. But low on the numbers. Especially when you're going up against Bash. They're developing nicely. The controversials. In by beating Rob. People outcry about potential sexual favours in exchange for max fixing. Yet to be proven. Although Rob did say he was keeping video evidence. Agility plus Lino. Ooh, he's nice. Real ball carrying threat. Only 1 runner. Movement bust on North 1 is never good. Frenzy and bust movement do not like each other very much. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to do my match preview because they're going. The humans, under the steady leadership of Al, they are a beast of skills. No unskilled players on this team at all. Strong core of 5 guard players. Absolutely a grinding machine. Humans difficult to play against. They can do everything and they will do generally what you least expect. I'm expecting to see use out of the dirty player. I'm expecting to fully see any werewolf that hits the deck to be stamped on immediately. This Blitzer doesn't have the renown of Murder Goat, but or Rambork even to that extent, but has all the potential to do the same job. And let's not forget the sneaky catcher. Dauntless strip ball wrestle. Quite happily sack a ball carrier. And they are going up against Carrion Screaming again. Will's 3rd season with these Necro. As you can see in some of the development. Unfortunately, he's had quite a few losses that he's replaced over time, which means he is on the short end of the skill stick. But oh, that's a nice golem. Block Mighty Blow Guard. That is a hard corner of a cage to deal with. Right, they've got their inducements sorted, so let's hop into the match stream and see what's going on. Here we go. Good luck to both coaches. Let's see what the dice bring.
Hello.
Hey, there we are.
Sorry, I've been late.
That's no problem. They've just literally started setting up. This bonus skills on.
I was playing against a Nurgle guy who trying to do a 1-turn with no skill. Nurgle. He had about 5. It was a bit strange, but he took a very long time doing it.
I was going to say, I didn't even know Nurgle had a 1-turn on the cards.
Well, they don't, but he tried.
Points for effort, I suppose.
It was.
Let's put that sound down a little bit on my... There we go. Okay, so it's looking like ours to kick.
Have you done any your rundown?
Oh no, ours receiving. We did a very quick rundown. But I would like to hear your thoughts on this, because obviously Al is from my division. I faced him before and I'm well aware of what he's like, but I've not seen Will for a long time. How did you find playing against him?
Well, I found playing with just absolutely appalling. It was just uphill the entire time, because he's got such a strong team, and he uses the werewolves sparingly. He's quite a conservative player, which means he never gives you anything. So yeah, I would imagine that he's going to end up. He's definitely going to play conservatively against Al, which I think Al will try and exploit. And get right in his face.
I think we might be seeing this right here as well. A short kick and the ability to change his setup. I wonder if Will's going to capitalise on that or just stay conservative like you said he does like to play. He could completely rearrange to cover this ball here. Although if it does end up being a touchback, that could all kick him in the arse.
Cabal Vision because the stream's too far behind.
Okay, no problem. So far, where is my stream? It's showing there. Could be a little bit behind, yeah. Yeah, I'm dropping some frames. Oh, it stays on, right on the sidelines. But all that guard is going to make for just a grinding roll of human punching.
Because Al, how much guard has Al got?
5 guard pieces, yeah. 1 on the ogre. What's that? 3 of the blitzers with it, and 1 lineman. What was the inducements? Curiosity. 2 babes for Will. I think Al had 100 TV on him. From stamping on a wolf, if that becomes available.
No.
Cannot pass up the chance to kick in a furry.
He's going to get right up in their face.
Armor block and a KO, first block of the match. Ooh.
Oh. That's a big armor.
Now.
See, one of the golems hasn't got blocked. The other one's got blocked.
Yep. So and it's on the side with the ogre as well. Could potentially see a risky ogre blitz.
Although I suppose with the block ogre really is a huge boon.
Literally, if he can just get that ogre into base with a couple of pieces, they are stuck with him.
Right.
I mean, now there's only 2 zombies as well. That ogre could easily tie those up for the rest of the match.
It's interesting though, because he can't. If he scores quickly, then he's at risk. Because Necro
you don't give Necro more than a few turns to...
Oh, the bonehead. It's a bonehead roll. That's not what you wanted.
That's going to make things
If
risky.
only we could hear what I was thinking about this. How many blitzes?
Famous 2 blitz owl. Now, I don't think he's actually got anyone within range to actually pick this ball up without a GFI. There's the GFI made and the pickup.
Yeah. Another GFI.
Oh, risky stuff.
Cheeky.
But this is the quarterfinal. This is where
Go for it.
risk pays off, or completely shatters your hopes and dreams, and you sob, uck and sidestep. I was banged to rights. He had me there. I was trapped.
Watching Glenn gradually was painful.
It was I watched his stream back actually whilst I was on the train today. When he was confused about me dodging back, I don't think he'd realised that he'd actually knocked my ghoul into a position that made it impossible for him to reach for a score.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He did the business on me really well. Played really well.
Yeah, no, it was top match.
It was squeaky bum time for a lot of that.
What?
But it kind of shows when you've got a few guard pieces, you can just hold back superior strength.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like Will's going for a more conservative spread. I'm expecting him to see maybe bringing the golem over a bit, but keeping these 3, the ghoul, the block werewolf and that white just around the middle to right in case he does try and redirect. It's hard to draw wolves out of a place where they're going to be effective. They can reach so much of the pitch in one go.
Because the catcher's not got the balls to. He's not got a huge amount of movement, so he can't easily switch side. You can't rely on making
Pawn. I mean, if you can get a shot at the catcher with the wolf, especially one with mighty blow, you take it. But any single player on this team, apart from the ogre, is more than capable of just getting the ball and going to the touchline with it.
In fact, you could get that catcher. You could, I suppose that might put him in that position, but you could give the catcher a smack at the effect. So could he surf the catcher from here?
It's a sidestep catcher.
Oh, of course, sorry. Yeah. Catching me.
It could be potential if he wasn't sidestep, but as we saw from the last 2 matches, sidestep. Never underestimate sidestep.
Oh, poor Rob.
It was harsh lines. But as he said, rookie error not catching it.
Mm-hmm.
The wolf has been drawn over to the left.
Oh, blitz with the goal.
Just getting a push though.
That's pretty good. I mean, kind of, yeah. Just kind of boxing in slightly.
Yeah, just trying to hem that advance a bit. God, just coming straight back in, ready for more.
Oh.
And here we go. It's the killer's time to hit the golem.
Oof. Straight in. Oh, he's okay there. He's fine. I suppose actually Al could just stay here for a while and punch.
Yeah, just hope for something to happen with his punching.
Doesn't desperately need to go anyway.
I mean, where's his dirty player? Oh, there, he's standing next to the golem. Already done his bit. I was wondering if we could see an early foul. but I don't think it'd be worth it on that.
Oh, look at that.
Shoving him towards the ogre, I would wager.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Ooh! That is a big hit.
No mighty blow, and still gets the injury.
Oh,
Badly
no
hurt.
regen.
No regen! That's gonna be a
that's a
huge
bitch.
hampering. Losing a guard piece against so much guard, that's not what we was going to want.
No. And exactly what I want.
Well, now there is a gap and a half.
Mm. The ogre. Oh, and
There he goes.
doesn't go ahead. Gets his 2.
Oh. Leaving those poor LOS just trapped between a rock and a hard place now.
And that guard,
But it's not going to do him any good there. I mean, agility 3, they can do a dodge, but it's not something you want to be risking. Not unless you have to.
I made a lot of 3+s against James the other night. Too many, really. It must have been really annoying.
That's it. I mean, 3+ is more likely than not to happen.
But I think it feels worse when it's against you, and it happens a lot. I think it's painful because there's lots of 3+s going. What do you find how do you find the differences between undead and necro?
Personally, I still prefer undead. Even though they lack the high mobility and punching power that the wolves can bring, I prefer having a proper big guy piece as opposed to the golems.
Yeah.
I think 2 mummies make up for the lack of speed, because that cage can just slowly keep rolling.
Yeah. So hard to get 2 dice on it, especially once you've got a bit of guard in there.
Oh yeah. Especially if you get lucky and get a double and you've got a block. A block big guy is, as we can see here, a terrifying sight.
Okay, so we've got a wolf blitz.
Coming up and round. Gets his pow. That gives the wolf free movement to mark in as well. Don't know if he'll take it.
If he does that,
He's going to get slapped, but I think he's thinking that he's trying to just put that ball under pressure. Maybe just try and force a score.
Yep.
Wolf leaping. Oh, dodge wolf. Gotta love him. Now that ball is really under threat. Gets the cheeky 1 die and gets him away from the ogre.
Oh, that's nice.
That's
Swings right back.
It's not what you expect to see, but this is what the quarterfinals are all about. Sometimes you've got to make those risky plays, especially when you've lost 2 players off the pitch within the first 2 turns. You've got to start doing the risky pressure.
He goes down over the KO. That KO'd zombie is likely to come back though.
Oh, most likely. But as I knew last night, you feel how outmanned you are just when you're 2 players down.
What's he going to do?
I'm just trying to think that myself. I'm trying to see what.
Oh, he's going for cheeky.
Gets that guard back out. But still, he hasn't got a huge amount he can hit these wolves with. The back of the cage there are both the catchers. Which means even with an assist, that's just going to be a 1 die. With the exception of the Dauntless.
He's going for more
Yeah,
chain pushing.
lovely chain pushing there.
But what? Yeah, still can't quite see. Because maybe you need the power there to free up those guys. Just another push.
I'm just impressed with Will's just commitment to throw his wolves in there. It's
Yeah, he's really gone for it.
I mean, looking from
Suppose
Will's
if you
perspective,
move
he can quite easily free up his white now with a block from that flesh golem.
Then there's problems from the back as well. So
Yep. And that guard coming in there to cover those two at the back.
his throw is strength 3, but catch is strength 2.
But he's got the guard player there as
Okay,
well.
so-
Dodge, obviously, but he's going to be pushing him out and away.
Yeah. It's okay. He's still got his blitz.
And that blitz will be a 2-die with the assist from the ball carrier himself.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but it's a block.
Oh, dear. Reroll it. And it gets out. Oh, you had to do that. or
Yeah,
else
that was
would
he had to clear that. Can't leave a wolf. Just by the sheer fact it can frenzy you up and out, and that would leave him very exposed. Thinking he's probably going to move in near to the ogre, just kind of recage around there. But it's not the safest cage.
Especially not with a golem right next to him. This does give me newfound respect for people who commentate on things.
It's hard. I've forgotten he'd left the ghoul back there as well. That ghoul is back and covering for Will. My camera was so far forward in the action.
Oh, yeah.
I just moved the cage forward a little bit more than I expected. That's actually a lot better for Al, but
He can move that block.
he's got to get that corner covered there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. So
Let's
do some
see.
scrambling play now. Is he maybe going to try a dodge? Because
Yeah,
he is nice.
covering
Very
that there.
nice.
But that is a free guard white now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't get very far with it, but let's see.
So wrestle for that's
I mean,
okay.
I'm
So
expecting
you can
here
definitely free up the wall.
that golem on the left is going to free up the wolves,
Yeah, yeah.
and even from the ground they can get round and start doing a small screen, just slow that down, giving him time to bring his pieces back to start harrying that cage again. Yeah, following and tying up a catcher as well. Now, if I was Will, what would I do? Would I put the ghoul there as an assist, werewolf blitz in, and mark the carrier again? He's got a lot less support for that cage now. It worked once, why not twice?
Yeah.
But you said that Will likes to play conservative. I think he'll probably leave that ghoul just floating in the back.
But then he's certainly maybe he's conservative. I've only ever played him obviously in league play rather than not in playoff play. So
This is
maybe he
true.
realised
It is a very different game, isn't
he's
it?
gonna have to go for it. Oh,
No, he is moving up. So let's
the
see, that's a
werewolf
2-die. It's a 2-die into a 1-die. This is trouble with all these guard pieces as well. There are frenzy traps everywhere.
he hasn't got a card piece he can get.
He's got to take him down on the
three
first.
rerolls, though.
This is true.
Yeah.
He can. The ghoul's coming for a blitz, avoiding the frenzy trap completely, and he gets what he needs. And it's an armor break. I'm not sure I agree with that follow-up there.
No, because now it makes it...
I would have left him back and just moved him back behind the ghoul, making a little bit of a screen pillar.
Yeah. And then you could have got both wolves in again.
I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I suppose that wolf can sit at the front there. Yep, harry that cage. It's holding up another piece that could be it clearing.
Interesting.
It's lovely pressure play from Will.
He's kind of saying you've either got to score now, or you've got to make something happen now.
Yeah. If memory serves, when I was playing Owl, he made it down and was stalling, and to no one in particular, I was just fouling his players and screaming, "Score now, do it, you bastard, score, or I will stamp him to death."
Yes, definitely. I do like those moments where you're stalling and someone just like marks every one of your players and like, well, if you don't score now.
It's the Mexican standoff situation. Now, I'm surprised to see that the wolves there are not fully in. I know it'd block him out, but... Oh, that would just follow him up. Yeah, no, he's made the right call there. This ogre is tied up where he is.
No idea what I do.
Chance of actually just pulling that cage back a little bit. Thinking about it, he's got turns to burn.
Yeah.
But this is kind of what Will wants. He's starting to bog him down and slow him, which I didn't expect at all. I thought that guard was just going to have this rolling through.
Oof.
And a stun.
Block over, paying off again.
It's great having block on those big guys. It just lets you do it with a bit more confidence. You don't want to risk a loner.
Oh, he didn't go for the push.
I think he didn't do that because he didn't want to start exposing more of these corners of the cage. That would have allowed the chance of that guard white sneaking in there to put an extra assist. Successful dodge. Mighty blow tackle coming at a ghoul. This could be painful for him. It's a break, but just a stun. Will can breathe again. That's one thing us undead players always, as soon as you see that blitz maxed out to the ghoul, you're like, oh no, oh, no, 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 no.
Like witch elves. Please don't hit the witch elf. Please don't hit the witch.
Yep. Although that said, actually, something when you asked me about how I feel about undead versus necro, undead have a lot more ball carrying options. With the undead,
yes,
you've got ghouls
true, yeah.
or wights can in a pinch.
Yeah.
But here you've obviously got 2 wolves, 2 ghouls. There were 2 wights.
Yeah.
A lot more options.
So there are a lot more options. And if the ball's spilled, you've got a lot of players around it.
Exactly.
More chance of just nabbing it a bit easier. Oh, cheeky one die.
Will he use the wrestle? He does.
This is a new question, but I'm assuming wrestle then negates any armor break.
Yeah, both players, if wrestle is used, will just hit the deck without any armor rolls being made. Great way of getting around block. One of the greatest ball sacking skills, really.
Has Will got a strict? He hasn't got a strict ball ghoul.
No, I don't think so. He's got wrestle tackle, but yeah, strip ball. I'm assuming it's the stunned ghoul there, isn't it? Strip ball will most likely be his next level up if he survives that long. Well, this is going to be a bit risky for Al, I think, because there is a line for that guard white to tag the ball carrier.
Yeah.
But I don't see if there's going to be any chance of... Oh, we're just starting to churn now. Lovely. Start hemming them in and taking the punches where you can. Now, that zombie could move in, give an assist. Could see a cheeky one die against the ogre.
Yeah. Still got 3 rerolls, only 5 turns left. No harm in using one now.
If that happens, actually, that white could then, because that's a guard flesh golem, if he even manages just to push, he'll be block guard standing right on top of the ball carrier. That white can get in for a... No, that'd still be a 1 die, wouldn't it? Because you've got assist, no, actually 2 against. So it would still be uphill, but could be still worth.
He's thinking about it. You can tell he's thinking.
Oh yeah, he's going through every possible block. He's set up to do this against the ogre. That will most likely happen. I think he's just trying to figure out if that works, what's he going to do next? Oh, failed dodge. Oh, and it KOs. Oh, that's bad luck for Will, but Al is going to be pleased as punch over that. A turnover with not a block thrown.
Yeah.
If I was out here, I would now just tie these pieces up and I would leg it. He can fully... Actually, what would you do? Would you take that mighty blow against... No, he's not gone with a mighty blow against the ghoul. I was on an iron. Would you go for the ghoul or would you go for that wolf? And you know what? We're probably going to see a foul as well. Oh, double skulls. Oh, quad skulls! Oh! He is going to be fuming at that.
Oh my word!
Oh.
See, I think I definitely would have. I would have. My first move would have been to move the guy down and do a sort of a screen and go over that. I think because that's how I would have played it. But
heat of the moment though, it's so tempting to do those blocks, and a 2-die block when you've got block.
Yeah, no, you can't. Oh man, he's going to be absolutely frightened.
Okay. It's rethink time for Will. He's what, 7 against 11 here?
It's almost reset. Just about back to where it was when he failed that dodge.
Yeah.
They both lost a player, essentially. It's kind of going again. Oh man. Oh,
he's thinking about where to put. Yep, keeping that
he's fine.
Away from the ghouls.
Dear. Snake eyes on the armor.
A lot of ones. Oh, going for... Oh, you know what? That's not a bad play there, just trying to hold that up. I'm not sure if I would have followed there.
No, because it's
leaving that
it's kind of
diagonal free. But that's coming in. Ooh. And a KO on a catcher.
KO. That's pretty big.
I think we're going to see this 1 die now.
So that's it.
And it's a pow.
It's a pow. was a big turn. So his name.
I mean, this has been back and forth on what we think is going to happen each turn. Where does that zombie go? Only 4 movement. It's hard for him to get round and support.
I mean, Al here has presumably got to be thinking about just doing a dodge. But
no dodge on that throw, though, is the problem. I mean, that's still a 2 die from either of those blitzers at the front on the white. So he can still push that away and cover his own advance. Just push there, then you've got the white, the werewolf marked, and you can just run to the far corner. The ghouls might be able to, with some GFIs, tag him. But do you risk it on a dodge? He's got his last reroll. And Will has still got 3.
What's the chances of a 3+ with a reroll?
3+ with a reroll?
8.
Yeah, around that.
75.
It's what 67% chance of success. Well, 66.6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then that again.
He's getting what he needs.
I mean, that's another thing Al's done brilliantly, that it went completely tits up, but he's not been phased by it. I'd be scared of making blocks after having those quad skulls. Because if anything goes wrong here, there's too many pieces on his ball carrier. Yep, moving those ghouls further out. Not likely to see them get round in time to counter if this dodge comes off. Another important role is going to be this ogre bonehead.
Where do you put the ball there? Because the wolf's got so much movement.
Well, the dodge wolf is off the pitch at least.
That's true.
Oh, we're going to see a pass.
Yeah.
Or no, that's just going to cover, I think. Although, what would that pass roll be? That would be a 4+ minus handoff. There we go.
Does it? Nice.
Of course. Never underestimate a handoff. There's no negative there because there's no pass roll.
No, exactly. Yeah. I suppose that's essentially the same as the dodge, isn't it? But it leaves a bit more block, a bit more of a screen for him.
Yeah. Nice play by Al there.
Yeah, he's giving it to a player with more movement as well. Very nice. He's away.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. GFI.
So
Wolf can hit with 2 GFIs, but that's going to make things difficult. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, he can only be covered now.
This is interesting, but Will was still with 3 rerolls.
Yeah, he's I wouldn't say he's been conservative with the blocks he's been throwing. It's just been coming out of a zombie dodge
A zombie dodge
that worked. Now this is one for the books.
That was bold. What's the play there?
I don't see it myself. Maybe just attempting to cut off support a little bit. Make this threat he's going to try and put on the ball carrier.
But you could have done that
That'd
with
be
a zombie
scary.
that wasn't tagged, sure.
Absolutely. Maybe it was a misclick. And
Maybe.
we all know once that's happened, you're kind of pop committed.
Yeah, you've got to go for it once you've done it. You've got to do the reroll. That makes those GFIs a little bit scary.
Mm. Just coming in there to cover there. Seven. The nearest ghoul is going to need 2 GFIs and 1 dodge. There is a path that 1, 2, 3.
The wolf can do it without dodging, I think. Which is great. Listening to 2 men counting.
That's going to be the name of our show. 2 men counting.
2 men.
Just going straight blitz. Oh, he's going for the lino.
So
You know what? Smart play. He's taken him down. He's still got the movement with some GFIs to tag that carrier. And I would be inclined to do it in this situation.
Yeah. It'd be nice to have a reroll, but
And
it's okay.
if that works, I'd even go with this ghoul to mark. Oh, no.
Oh.
Just, you know what? That's a mighty blow player on a catcher. That's a threat for a human player. That's literally the Mexican standoff moment. That is the gun being cocked.
Yeah.
It's now levelled at the catcher's head. Score, motherfucker.
Cool.
I dare you. I double dare you.
With reroll. Say reroll one more time.
Does he look like a bitch?
Just lots of stupid quotes, excellent. Okay, what's he gonna do? I would just score. It would be straight in.
It's giving a werewolf 2 turns, which is risky. He's gone for the block.
Got a reroll, I suppose.
I mean, I did a stupid, risky 1 die with a reroll against Glenn last night, just because I couldn't resist getting the mighty blow hit. I had block and he didn't. In my defence, it was still a stupid play. If you're planning on stalling, fair enough. If not, make that damn score.
He's gonna hit the ghoul. He gets the power.
Mighty blow coming in again. Armour break, but no injury.
I love this, how it's back and forth of them both being terrified.
I can't see him stalling. It's far too risky.
No, surely not. He got his hit on the ghoul. Hasn't worked out, but got it. Now it's time to score.
If he does, he's a far braver man than I.
Maybe he's looking through where his second blitz is going to...
Going to take that wrestle. No, going for the push. Stand firm will keep him in place. But Ogre gets what he wants. And a stun there as well. The way these blocks are being thrown, I'm not sure if he is going to put it in. Nope, he goes for it.
Oh, there he goes.
2 turns for Will to respond. It's going to be about these KOs coming back now.
Zombie dodge was an error for anyone watching Twitch, Will says.
Lovely to get that clarified. It was, oh, every KO comes back.
Ooh.
Now we've got
Game
a dodge wolf on the field. That's... I mean, what would you do here? What do you think, Dave?
Well, he's got. It's pretty terrifying, but he's got to go. I wouldn't want to be thinking, oh, I wouldn't want to be going for the draw. You've got to go at it because you don't want to go to extra time. So if you can score here, you've got to give it a go.
Yeah.
So you've got to hope for a short kick and keep your high movement right up front, and then hope for some arm break through this one.
I mean, with this setup, I'd even be inclined to set his ghouls slightly deeper the mid, use them to pick up and then hand off to a wolf if possible.
I suppose you've got to look at it. The chances of you scoring, it's still tricky to score in two.
Oh, completely.
So you may as well go for the high risk play.
Yeah. And Will's probably going to just pick his side of the pitch, try and screen as best he can, and then charge a wolf down. Al putting that solid defensive setup there. Able to respond whichever way Will goes.
Yeah. He's maybe a little bit light on block on one side, but I suppose he's got 2 block in the middle as well.
This is true. And 2 catchers on the left there.
There you go. He's also slightly. Yeah, 2. Yeah, that's 2 strength, 2 pieces.
There we go.
Let's have a rethink. Sidestep is a real bugger as a skill, isn't it? Every time you see a player on there, you think, oh,
that's in surfing range, but no.
Yeah.
It's not often we see a surf anymore. It used to be very common that I got surfed so much in my early Blood Bowl days, back before I figured out how to actually play properly.
Yeah. I remember. It's punishing time.
Oh, indeed. Although that said, I used to do a lot of basically bullshit plays that shouldn't be done, but they were coming off, and it was teaching me bad habits.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something actually I need to say about this season of the league. It's been play on a level hitherto unseen. I mean, we've got our mainstays, people like Aiden, Chile, Cobra, who've been playing for a long time, and they are good players. And the rest of us seem to have stepped up that game.
Yeah. Definitely. It's been a harsh end to the season for a couple of teams. I feel for James and I feel for Rob. They both had a few terrible games.
Yeah. It's that's the problem when it's so close. I mean, in each division, the top 4 was not set in stone up until the last match for a lot of us. Which is why I'm going to enjoy seeing the Chumps, because so many of those teams there deserve to be in the playoffs, really.
Yeah. I think I'm really intrigued by the coach Mark matchup.
That would be an interesting one. Mark's the up-and-coming prodigal son of Blood Bowl.
He knows how to coach them orcs.
He does. He's got some knack on getting them to dodge consistently. We need to know his secret. He's got it, we wants it. Commit to the middle there.
That is an awful kick, by the way. I mean, for Will.
That's a horrible position for him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could even see a pass play.
Yeah.
Because he needs to get that ball up quicker.
Get some power on the ogre, nice.
One, two. Trouble is that sidestep's going to just move himself in the way if you try and blitz there. Oh. Now, if I was Al, I wouldn't wrestle here.
No. Just
Force that turnover. Yep.
Okay, well that's it. It goes in 1-0 up. Although no, you can't score from here now, can you? Not with that. So what's that?
No.
No, it's got 2 minutes.
Sitting 3 squares out of range. That's unfortunate. For Will, at least. For Al, he's going to be chuffed now. He's got a turn of making his choice. Take those few hits. And then retreat to a safe distance.
I'm not sure I would have followed there. I think I would have left him and just ran him back because I know I won't be paying attention.
Well, looking from where he is, the only piece that could probably get that blitz on that Mighty Blow Carrier is the Wrestle Tackle Ghoul.
It's probably not. It's not Mighty Blow or anything. So.
And I think he's feeling safe that that's not where the blitz is going to be coming from. I think it's going to be one of the wolves that's thrown his hit there.
Probably on that catcher.
Yeah, even with sidestep, just straight in. Yeah, Al won't have a turn after this, so there's no risk of being lured into a surf trap, so let that claw do its thing.
Just pressure on the ball.
Insult to injury, I feel, springs to mind.
Yeah.
And I bet Will is kicking himself because if his wolf was 1 or 2 squares over, that would be a surf.
Yeah. Maybe that's why he's done it, just to re-rub it. So what are we at here in terms of focus?
I think we're 11 play 10.
Of course.
Oh no, 11, the spare ghoul. It is 11 on 11.
So Will's got every chance to equalise. So
oh, completely.
You needn't feel too downhearted.
It's just choosing this punch now, I think.
It's interesting that I thought Al would move that catcher just backing away, but he's left him there as a temptation.
Al won't stop. Al can't stop. Now, what was marking there? He's going for the blitz with a ghoul.
Got to tackle.
Interesting position to put him as well. But obviously it's the last turn of the half.
Yeah.
He's covering him. Do the players know that it's the last turn of the half?
It is pretty confusing watching this. You wouldn't know that they do.
I think this is possibly a quarter-final champ situation that I'm not aware of. I've only been in the playoffs once, maybe twice in my Blood Bowl career. But maybe something switches on there as you just think about how to get that score and you move appropriately every time. A level of play beyond us.
Yeah. We've just got to sit back and enjoy it. Maybe they're both planning their second blitz.
Is this going to be a foul? It is.
It is going to be a foul.
Against the dirty player wrestle, he's KO'd. That could do some wonders.
Oh, and he's sent off.
Was it worth it? Well, I bet it felt good for Will. That's the key thing here. We always judge a foul on whether it took off a piece in exchange for a lower value piece, but sometimes you've just got to do it because it feels good.
But the KO comes back. trying to do is just giving out a one-piece advantage. So how do you set up here, if you will? You remain pretty conservative, or are you thinking I've got to score twice?
Well, the numbers I believe are now not even. 2, 4, 6, 8,
Okay.
10. 10 v 11. Al's got the guard advantage, so grinding up against him is a risky prospect. If you push hard and get a quick score, you're giving Al a lot of turns to come back at you.
Yeah, it's true.
What would I do? I think I'd go conservative.
Tim said, yeah, no, I think I would do. I think Will. That was why I assumed Will. Tim says Will has form for losing track of turn 8. So
We've all done it. You get lost in the
that could
game
be
and then you look at the thing and
Oh,
go,
yeah.
what? Oh, I've missed my scoring opportunity. It's all ruined.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody in scoring range. I fucked it.
I feel... How would I set up here? I think the right flank's going to be Will's bet, getting away from that sidestep, because that can just lead the Wolves on a merry dance.
Exactly. Yeah.
Blitz happens against that thing, and next thing you know, your Wolf is standing on the sidelines with a piece marking it already. And we've got 2 strength 4 pieces. If that ogre boneheads, that's when Will's going to capitalise.
I really feel like the ogre was nullified because we didn't see a great deal of the flesh golem. I really feel like the ogre has nullified those two so far.
Oh yeah.
So he probably needs to try and get them involved a bit more.
Yeah, he's got to get him away from the ogre eventually. Get that ogre on the floor and start moving them round. Maybe even just use the 3 zombies as your LOS.
Yes, that's what I was
and move the
wondering,
rest
like,
over and just start bringing that up. Keep that ogre tied up with some chew toys. And let them know, actually, Necro are a better strength team.
That was the kickoff event.
Gentle
Nothing
Gust.
much.
And a lovely positioning for Will there.
Except for the last kick. Who do you give it to? Did you give it to the Dodge Wolf or the Ghoul?
It depends what you're looking for. I'd go Dodge Wolf. This isn't the
Or
time to
movement
think
and the
about
dodge,
getting some SP on an unskilled Ghoul. This is time to get it on the hardest player to take down. You're going to want your Mighty Blow Wolf free to run and punch as nature intended. Which just leaves you with one option, really. Okay, the direction of that push makes me think he's going up left. But this could just be the mind games we see in Blood Bowl.
Yeah. Oh dear, he's not got his knockdown. Pushed is alright though, I suppose. Keeps him free, but he'll be back in there in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, this is solid conservative play from Will here. He's just covered that ball and then he's letting the LOS start pushing.
Yeah.
Find out where things are going to start breaking.
See if Al sends anyone downfield to pressure him, because if he does, then he's going to have holes in his defence. So.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
That's what his Will has, those 2 gaps there, either side of the LOS, that Al can use to approach. Human armour holding exceptionally well this match.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Could see a blitz on either of those catchers on the flanks. That wolf is in position to hit both.
Right. But potentially leaving him then.
Oh, he's gone.
Mind for a kicking.
Wrestle's gonna.
Oh,
Does he use the reroll?
it's early to use a reroll, hasn't it?
He's gone for it though. Push. 2 die again. Gonna go for another push, put him in surfing position.
Gotta think that wolf's getting a punch though. Got to think that's happening this turn.
Oh, I think that mighty bird place is coming right round.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
But that could work out in Will's favour if he starts luring pieces over to deal with this threat here. He has marked up over on the other side. He's perfectly capable of coming over, hitting, and that wolf can be over there in a snap. Don't forget this catcher has Dauntless on the sidelines. He's not going to use it. He's going full mighty blow. Pushing that wolf into a surfing position.
Oof. Will's got to be worried about that. Now, if Al had a second blitz, that wolf would be going off the pitch.
It will be going off the pitch now. There's going to be a block from this catcher with Dauntless. He's completely covered those squares.
Oh, it's going off the pitch now, yeah?
That push is all he needed.
That was me not paying attention.
But
Oh dear.
was that worth the pieces?
Fine.
Because Al has
Yeah.
committed half of his team to one side of the flank there.
That's where I've still got so much to learn. It didn't even occur to me that you could do that.
Yeah, if you
He's moved another one.
cover those spaces, it will always take a free space over pushing. If I'm
So he's
Will,
only got
I
two
think there's
players.
only one option, and that's a fast score now.
Yeah. Shifty straight over that side.
Al was wide open on his other flank, and even his humans, they're what, standard of movement 6, 7 for the blitzers, cannot fully get over there.
Do you hand off to the... Oh, no. So that's going on. Do you hand off to the white in order to get further away? Or is that not really...
I think I would use the white personally to blitz that guard blitzer who's there with the catcher, and the wolf goes as far as he can.
Right, okay.
And then you can come back round, try and stop this tide of human from the other flank coming over. He's going to need what? 2 turns if he uses his GFIs wisely to score from his position now. So I think we see a blitz with the white, and then he's going to move. Oh no, just come in to put that guard there.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I think...
Where's his blitz this turn then? That's going to be...
I would have blitzed that
That's
blitz
good
to
position
get
of that zombie.
out of the... So how far up can the werewolf get?
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 5. That works out very well for Will. I mean, do you go there actually? He's made himself a little A little nestled nook that's begging for a ball carrier.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd actually go
He was
one
very
more.
safe there, that's good.
He's safe there, but I would have pushed for that GFI just to give me that little bit further up.
Yeah.
His humans are going to come in scrambling back and deep. Like an angry squadron.
Yeah, if you go on GFI there, you don't need one GFI next turn. Obviously, you could run straight.
Mighty Blow doing a job. Wasn't needed though. Big rolls.
So, how far can these guys get? These guys can all get over to sort of central there. He's still basically just relying on these couple of players that he's got.
I mean, it's by no means a sure score for Will.
No, not at all. Will seems to think he's not doing very well. I think that's a bit harsh.
I think there's been great play from both players here. It's I mean, Al's play to go for the surf there was a huge commitment. I don't know if I would have done it, but getting a wolf off the pitch on turn 1 or 2.
Yeah, I can see why he did it, definitely. So it's the block. See, again, the golems just aren't really any use at the minute because they're just completely tied
Up with the
they are,
ogre.
they're keeping the ogre. But they are just completely tied up now.
And I forget, obviously, we've got the unskilled golem there. They don't come with Mighty Blow.
No. No, so yeah, and that's another guard player that's not being much use to really.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to make something happen now because that's a scary looking.
That's a lot of players in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but looking at it, it feels like there's just more humans. So many more humans.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mean, he should be down only 2 players, I think, Will, here. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, so he's 9. He's got 9.
9. So he's down 2 players. But it just
Well,
seems like so much more.
Basically. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, what do you do here? Do you re-cage? Or do you keep pushing hard to try and get this score?
At least he's got the tackle rule up there now, which means he's got more chance of getting this guy down. And then, but yeah, what do you do from there? It's not, you can't really.
I mean, there's not really a safe place to cage, not with that guard player on the floor.
No.
Just a push.
Interesting.
Stays with him, sensible call. But that does mean you've got a tagged ghoul. It's a tough call.
So, do you go next to the white? Yeah. Oh.
He's just going up.
Okay.
Just going for it. This ghoul's going to be coming up. Where's he going to go?
GFI.
Where would you put him?
Got to GFI.
Going to have to GFI. GFI's to mark. That's a bold play.
Yeah. 'Cause surely now Al punches, And then...
Well, ghouls are still
can
strength
probably
3, so it's only a 1 die, but that is a wrestle tackle
Oh, yeah.
blitzer,
Yeah.
sorry, lineman that he's marked. That's a ghoul's worst nightmare. There is
I
only
hope Will doesn't
one
listen to his
result
back and think,
out of that dice roll where this
Yeah,
ghoul
that's
stays in position.
so, yeah. So if you hit that,
And that's a movement 8 blitzer there. I keep forgetting that's movement plus.
so you move him in there, that gets you 2 dice, and then he can go 1. At worst case, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blitz. He can remove.
7, it's on 1, 2, 6, 7, and
So with a
2 die block and no GFIs needed. These blitzers can get well around that.
yeah.
Movement 8 blitzer. That's a werewolf in disguise, folks. Al just weighing up his options
Can you
here
see
on how he's going to do this.
Can you see how many people are watching the stream room?
Let me have a quick check. In the chat. Random people and Tim.
So,
Let's see if my internet can handle checking it live. Not today? No. Tuesday. We currently have 10 viewers, I believe.
oh my god, double figures.
Living the dream of bots watching me. How it's nice having
I've done
this
a lot of thinking.
someone to talk to with the commentary. It's nice to hear some other ideas rather than me just spouting madness into the wind.
I do worry that my lack of knowledge will come across, but
This is Blood Bowl. Nobody
no, I
has
can imagine.
knowledge. We're all screaming madness into the wind, and sometimes it works.
Interestingly, I'm not sure he can get 2 dice on the ball now. He's just standing in the
1,
way.
2, 3, 4, 5,
Just
6
that's it.
with the GFI, and he's gone with the wrestle piece as well to
Oh.
try and improve his
The
chances of
wrestle
this
piece as well.
happening. Only gets a push.
Is he going to re-roll?
He goes for the
He's gonna
reroll, gets the
re-roll it,
pow.
Gets a pow.
Now this scatter could change
Huge.
everything, and it
Oh,
does
he
because it
catches it.
lands in his hands. That's the upped movement blitzer as well.
Oh dear. Oh, this is looking difficult for Will now.
So much hangs on so few dice rolls sometimes.
Stanford's going to do a job there. Does he hit this ghoul?
You know, I think I wouldn't have stood firm with that second one there.
It's a
Oh,
skull.
now there's a chance.
Yes. No, I was wondering whether you
I would have
moved
let
back so he
I
was
would have let that golem get pushed away from the ogre there. Just because even then you can hit that lineman, stay free and react to whatever Al is doing further down the pitch. Only got the push. What do we do there? Push there, the other zombie tries for it. He wants that white free.
Yeah.
He wants... I don't think he can get the white in enough to... Oh, gone with the reroll. Oh, and it doesn't pay off.
No. Oh no. Oh dear. See what I mean? What was he? What, if he'd got a power of push there,
If he'd got just a push,
He got 1 die on the ball. No, he wouldn't have.
it would have been, yeah, a 1 die into a 1 die. Which is by no means a guarantee,
Terrible.
but that's a situation where you just kind of have to do it. It would have pushed that wall free, hopefully. Seven, eight. This is not going to be
How can just
ideal. I
away
mean,
now and make it extreme?
yeah, all that Al needs to do really is just cage up and hold on to the ball.
You could pop over to the other side of the pitch.
Yeah, there's an army of humans standing in the way. Interesting. Not sure if I would have left the white unmarked, but I suppose he's got enough movement to get well away from it.
Yeah. I mean, the white then can bandy himself back up the pitch to be a bit annoying, but yeah.
Such a shame for Will.
Yes, he'll be crestfallen now. It's not. I really feel like this is only going one way now.
Yeah, this is the point when you've got to dig deep, put aside how you think it's going to go, and just try and find those right plays. Can you slow him down? Can you stop him?
Difficulty here is that even the uphill stuff that you might try are just rubbish, really.
Yep.
So much guard all against block, so it's not like any 2-die uphill is likely to come off. So, yeah, stands firm. I think Will might have stand firm on auto. The speed in which it comes in.
Could possibly be. I'm not sure how I feel about auto skills. Some of them, yeah, absolutely. You always take them. But something like
I always worry
pass.
if you have a dodge.
Pass,
Yeah,
if it fails, you're going to use pass. But dodge, there are times when you don't want to be standing near the edge of the pitch, and I'd rather take the hit and go down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I leave dodge on a selection. I know it's annoying for people you play against, but I do it.
But yeah, stand firm, I think you should always have on an optional.
So what do you do here if you're Will? If you're looking at this now, I've turned it around to Will's point of view, what do? You get your guard white back up the pitch.
I don't throw him in there. This, it could be a tilt. It could be he's trying to think about holding up this so he can't reform to the side of where the ogre is. 'Cause obviously, Al doesn't want to be caging close to these golems. He's either going to try and hit around the far side of them. Gone uphill, but that's not an upsetting set of dice to see for an uphill. But that's given a mighty blow. What's that? It's 2 assists there. That's a 2-die hit with Mighty Blow on a Blodge Wolf, and that's a tackle Mighty Blow.
You can still move the ball carrier and these two around here and form a screen.
Takes that risky 1-die.
He's
Doesn't follow the ogre. Good shout. Make that ogre have to roll to do something. He follows.
So he's followed with the non-block one, so he's blocked.
This ogre's got a 2-die. Well, it had a 2-die naturally without the assist. And he huffed and he puffed.
And he got punched in the face.
He did indeed.
He's alright though, he's fine. What's that? Oh, it's not far off his next level, that was.
Yeah, it's not a terrible distance away.
It's not what we'll need.
He does need stuns now.
Doesn't.
What Will needs is for a bonehead to kick in. The ogre has been very well behaved this match. I think we've seen one bonehead all match.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been very well behaved. Not overused from Al either, really though. Just
that's something I've noticed about Al. He's quite good at not pushing the rolls he doesn't need to do. If he can just stand there with the ogre and be a nuisance, he'll do it.
He's gonna do it.
And now this cage is going to roll down the side.
Okay. Yeah. So where's the school? Where can the school get to?
We see that one's marked by a ghoul. I think we see a 3-point cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That ghoul is a threat there. Wrestle tackle. If it can find an opening, I'd take the 1 die all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to move there just to be annoying. That's why I feel like it would have been better to have that white just up the pitch a bit, just being a threat that he has to think about.
Yeah.
Not that it would have been much good because he got unmarked it, but as it is, he's probably going to get punched.
Oh yeah, that's getting him. It's going to take its medicine.
So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 players that can in fact, he can even screen off that ghoul just with that the catcher.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That
just makes it harder for him to get around.
Completely.
He's really thinking about it there.
It's a tough call in the quarterfinals. It's the, do I just try and hold it safely here, or do I try and make a break? He's gone for the blitz to clear that cage.
To go with the tackle player. Okay, so I'm back to
yeah, just pushing that white a little bit further back. Keeping him out of where he can do some real damage. Yep. A little screen goes a long way.
So where can you get to this thing? Get all the way up to
Right there.
Oof. Get a long way.
That's a long way away.
He's a long way away. He could easily be doing quite a lot of stalling here.
And from where he is as well, yeah. It's 2 GFIs to score. So if Will manages to get some pressure on that ball carrier, he can still just go. Yep, covering against the blitz from a flesh golem there.
It's a pretty depressing viewpoint from Will's side of the pitch.
It's
just not a lot you can do.
Very upsetting to have 3 of your better mobility positionals caught on the wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, no good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can get down just ahead of that wrestle piece. Could get the blitz on it. Do you tie up there? You do, you do.
Interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no GFI to blitz there. Down to that lineman. He'd then be tied up. Could well force. That needs to tie up. No, he's still got enough pieces there to tie Will up, I think.
Smash roll.
Armour break. Now that's important.
Done. Yeah. I wonder if I just left.
I would have stayed back there.
Gollum will. Yeah, just one step back, just to tie both of those guys up.
Yeah.
Which means it's only really got the wrestle guy. So yeah, no, just put one step back with him. Because now that blitzer can just come up and punch you.
2 GFIs to do.
Oh, that's nice. It's good pressure.
It's been absolutely lovely to see the pressure Will was kept on.
Let's see. Look at the duel.
Trouble is that push
No.
and not following means
Might blow guy.
that mighty blow guy is able to get down into that desperate push that's being made.
Get in there. Yeah.
Yep, mark, and then here comes the blitz.
The rest. The rest of guy.
Gets the power.
Nice, straight power. Power's good. Not a stun though, so there's still.
7.
How far can we get? He's got dodge. He's got wrestle. So
He can.
He's not terrible.
Yeah, he can get a blitz here. It would take a GFI, but that's a 1-die blitz after the dodge. There's no tackle on him. I think you take it.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt. Fucking. I mean, actually, if you were willing to risk one.
That catcher's coming along to throw a spanner in the works, though.
Yeah. Yes.
There we go. That's the cover.
Oh,
Making tough dodges now.
That would be a 5 plus 3 plus. No, yeah, no. I'm terrible at these things.
That would be a. Dodging
No,
into
you could
2.
do 4 plus
4 plus 3 plus.
4 plus 3. Yeah. I'd probably still go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Got a reroll as well. I know, it probably won't work for the dodge.
No,
got dodge.
no, he's got dodge. But you know what? It's pride on the line kind of moment here. Is almost like Will needs to prove he is going to stop this. He's going to make it as difficult as possible. He will not go quietly into the night.
Alright. He's got a zombie in his school. He's golem up.
Well, if you're ridiculously an optimistic sort of person, he could position his better agility pieces to make a set of chain pass and handoff that could potentially get a one-turn score.
If he's feeling lucky.
But this is Blood Bowl. Optimism does not live here.
No.
Only
I don't get
pain
the impression Will's feeling.
and anger. Here comes the blitz. Oh,
The first dodge.
and a KO for it as well.
Oh. It has not been Will's night.
It's not. Although I've got to say, injury rolls have not been much of a thing this match. We had that early injury on the white, and apart from that, not seen much. I suppose this is why we don't know this human blitzer, this block, mighty blow, tackle monster, because he's got all the skills but just not the effort.
He's pretty gentle, really.
He's no murder goat. Rambo laughs in his general direction.
He really needs to up his game. In fact, if anything else, should probably fire him. I don't care how many SPPs there.
Just dead weight on the team. I mean, how many hits has this player had at Ghouls and not managed to get the injury? That's... His role in this team is clearly supposed to be the killer. And he's not living up to that title.
Golem's going to get punched in the face. No, he needs to know. No, the Golem's going to get punched in the face.
Just gets the push. Yep, it can't be an optional there. He's allowed that push to happen.
Exactly, yeah.
Good on you, Will.
No follow-up block, excellent. And now presumably we'll see the score.
1, 2, 3.
So there's absolutely no risk to any of these things, because even if it turns over...
Yeah.
Oh, another KO.
The catcher there trying to show the mighty blow piece how it's done.
Yeah.
When a strength 2 piece is showing you up in punching. Block on an ogre. Well, it's sad to say, but that is the nail in the coffin for Will there. There is no play that's going to get him this ball and stop this score. He just needs to make a choice. Who does he punch?
Yeah. I think in this scenario, I would punch the wrestle, tackle, guard guy just because he's worth it. That would be my choice.
It's not a bad shout. I think I would go... I'd stand up the flesh golem and I would let the wolf have at it. Get that zombie in there as well. Bring him around the other side so it's a straight 2 into a 2. Hope for the claw. I know this isn't the mighty blow wolf, but claw kind of trumps mighty blow.
I think that.
Here we go. Here we go.
So that is 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go.
And you know what? I wouldn't put it past Will, and I don't think anyone in this league would be upset if he did this, put him down, didn't get an injury, and then a ghoul comes in and fouls. He's in a well-surrounded position there.
Yeah, he's moved the ghoul now. Good foul with the white.
It's going to be a stretch for movement. Bear in mind that... Actually, no, because if you come straight down, whatever you do to that ogre is going to push into a stand firm and it's not going to move. Oh no, he's just literally piling it in. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still only a 2 die. Claw didn't do it. Shame to see. Well played. Well played, Will. And well played, Al.
So what have
The
we got? So
humans
Al's got
carry
a
on
level-
through.
Not at a level place. No. There it is. There it is. Edwin works.
Wow.
I actually thought it was the turning point was going to be the quad skulls for Al, but it didn't.
I really thought that as
Didn't
well.
happen that way.
They.
Oh, and Eddie Merckx levels. He gets some MVP.
Oh,
That's him. That's him. The movement blitzer gets a level. That'd be interesting to see what he
that'd be
gets.
very interesting to see. The leveled
Golem.
flesh golem gets it as well. Not really what Will wanted
my good-
going into the next season.
Yeah.
Let's see
10
those.
for Eddie Merckx.
7 armor breaks versus 11.
Really
If
poor
you
dodge
look at
rolls
the
for-
SPP, hardly anything earned this match really.
Yeah, very light.
I mean, 10's big on one player, but if you're actually looking at the whole spread of it, not that much happened points wise. I mean, the
Al
rolls
made 75% dodges.
pretty
Will only
standard.
made 37% of the dodges. Pretty harsh.
Looking at Will's rolls there, the block dice, a majority of pushes, but not particularly bad rolls. Even his D6 rolls are pretty even.
Yeah. I think he just got unlucky on very key points.
Yeah.
Few key dodges. Using that reroll on the zombie.
Yeah,
Well, this is good fun.
I've
When is
very
the
much
next
enjoyed.
match?
Next champs, I think might be Thursday. I think there's a chumps. No, wait, is Tim playing tomorrow? Tim, are you still in the chat? Are you playing tomorrow? If so, I will try and get on and we'll do this again.
Yes, I would like that.
Excellent. So, well, thank you, Blood Bowl fans, for watching. It's been one
We need to
hell of
think
a
some
match.
kind of- This has been 2 men counting.
2 men counting. Counting squares.
we'll catch you again next time. Right, I'm going to go to bed.
Alright, dude.
Good night,
Speak to you
Rena.
soon.
It was a pleasure.
Good night.